And welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian.
I'm Cyclops.
He's Cyclops.
They can't see.
I know. He's in a previous Let's Play. We've explained that we, use headphones for us recording, so you guys don't have any duplicate audio going through the video when you watch it on YouTube. So he, in his infinite wisdom, decides to flip it down and have the Cyclops visor, which unfortunately does not shoot lasers, but still looks pretty cool.
Well, the visor doesn't shoot lasers. It's its eyes that do. The visor just allows them to go through. So get your shit right.
I know. I actually wasted magic, but it doesn't matter at this point because there's a magic chest like 2 blocks over. And
was it really 2 blocks? Like 2 blocks.
Okay, it's like 3 feet.
Okay.
More like 25 feet, but whatever. So
was it actual feet or was it king's feet?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna kill you. So in this episode, we're gonna be fighting our first actual major boss.
First actual major boss.
Yes, it's one of the few enemies in this game that has a proper health bar. And this first level actually has the most enemies that has health bars in all of the sections of the game. You get 2 Hydra heads and then these Hydra heads. So there's the captain running away like the scared little girl that he is.
Doesn't the captain know you go down with the ship?
Apparently not. And I'm going to retract my scared little girl comment. He's just a scared, fat old man. Because that's what he is.
To be fair, if you saw that...
Yeah, I would be kind of scared too. I would kind of just run away instead of...
Just kind of scared?
I would run away rather than just kind of sitting there, kneeling.
I'd actually be more worried if I was wearing my brown pants or not. Because then
Yes, that is a very good point. Mm-hmm. For those who don't get the joke, look up the sailor with the brown pants. That's a fun story to read.
It's a great joke.
So in this boss fight, we have 2 Hydra heads to fight. Now each one is independent from each other, and each has its own health bar, as you can see on screen. Now every so often you'll get one Hydra that's kind of like inhaling. And it sucks you over to that side for whatever reason.
How strong is his lungs? He just.
How big are his lungs?
That's a better question.
Those are both good questions. And for whatever reason, we're gonna have elevator platforms that have spikes on the bottom just for such an occasion. I think it's a very.
What would you actually be using that for?
I honestly
those things are
know.
enormous.
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose for them is. Maybe for killing whales, but I don't know if there are whales in Greece. I should probably have looked that up.
Probably.
But hey, that's not a very important bit of information.
They
for us
could have also been somewhere else. It says mean that they're in the Mediterranean Sea.
It said the Aegean Sea.
Okay,
so they are in Greece. They are not Mediterranean.
Well, they could have been coming from somewhere else. They could have been on their way.
I guess I don't know. Either way, it's still weird to have them.
So, it definitely is, because they're enormous.
Yeah. So this is the main Hydra head. Now, this guy has a couple annoying attacks, such as this roar that actually pushes you off of the edge, which, compared to the guy inhaling down below, this actually makes sense. Now, to fight this guy, it's very straightforward. It's a very rinse and repeat kind of fight. You keep hitting until he bites down on the... platform that you're on,
and then you just...
And usually, if you have the magic for it, you use your Poseidon's Rage. Mm-hmm. Poseidon's Rage, I
Which
guess,
you did a couple times.
And he gets stun locked, essentially, and you can really deal damage. Now, every so often, you get him down to a certain amount of health. He does that kind of possum crap and just kind of passes out. So you do the button mash, and you smack his head on the pole, and you do that 3 times, and there you go. You're at the final. Then you're at the final stage. It's actually a 4-stage fight. So
that's switching it up from the Legend of Zelda format.
Or every other game for that matter.
You're right.
So you can basically stun lock him, and you keep doing this, and
totally reminds me that the only game I think I've played recently that's had very satisfying boss battles was Batman Arkham Origins. They were cinematic, and they actually didn't follow oh hey, I'm gonna hit you this amount of times, and then we got to do this.
Right, yeah.
It was a little bit different. So. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been... I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to add that.
Yeah, that would be... The games should have more cinematic and more, better boss fights. Now, this is where we get the whole spike made out of a mast. And if you guys have noticed, whenever we knock him out, he regenerates some health, but as we hit him, he will also drop health and magic orbs. So, those are really beneficial to us. And at this point, you just keep wailing on him. He will consistently lose health until he gets to a certain point. And at this point, I forgot that you actually have to hit him more. So that's why I'm just kind of running around and standing at...
Because it kind of looks like he's about to just, like, pass out or something.
Right, and so he regains some health, but now you get a full time, like an actual quick time event.
Like a real one.
Right. Now, in this game, quick time events...
are the bread and butter.
Certain ones are scripted. Like the circle mash, that is constantly going to be a circle button. You will not have to mash square or X or triangle or whatever. You will only have to mash the circle button. When you're fighting a boss and you have like the square, triangle, X, circle, there's only one fight that it actually is the same thing constantly, and that's the very first Hydra head that we fought in the last episode.
That exploded.
Yeah, they both explode. I don't know what causes this. It's a little unclear. I don't know Hydra physiology as much as I probably should.
I don't know. I skipped that class.
But we go into his mouth and down through his throat, which apparently is gaping. I don't know, how he swallows anything, but apparently it just slides down. So the captain's not dead. So we saved him. Hooray! Oh.
So mean.
So we killed him. He now falls to his death inside the Hydra.
Nah, you don't know. He can still be alive. It's not being digested anymore.
Yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's still acid.
You're right.
So now that we have the key...
I will start playing with the uvula.
Punching bag?
Yeah.
It's a proper punching bag size, too.
It is.
So that is like a perfect Tom and Jerry moment.
It really is.
So, you could do that, or you could just, do what I do and just try and get up these boxes and fail miserably the first two attempts. But, now that we have the key, we can actually go save those people who were in the captain's quarters. And I just noticed this, but if you look at the ripples at the rocks in the background, like the ripples are going into the rocks, which is opposite of what it should be doing in real life.
Well, you also remember processing power.
I know, but why would you do it in reverse? That makes no sense.
Why is your face in reverse? Shut up!
Oh my god, you're right. So, okay, so we beat the Hydra.
Of faces, Justin Bieber got punched by.
I saw. That was like the best. So we meet our friends, the Archers, once again. Not the British sitcom or whatever kind of show it is.
British sitcom?
Archer? What am I? Why did I say British? I don't know.
That's American. We're talking about like the one that's like on FX, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's
that's animated and all that.
Yep, that is definitely British.
That is American. That is as American as they come.
I don't know. It's just because I hear the people talking and stuff like that. I hear British for whatever reason. Anyway, enough about me not knowing my accents and stuff.
Not knowing your pop culture references either. Apparently.
That too. I don't watch TV.
Because you know what? Because you're going in the danger zone.
Oh jeez.
So.
So now that we have the key, we can go, save those people, and even though we have to fight those archers and soldiers, they're fairly straightforward, and especially considering we don't have to move a box this time. This is actually, this is actually close to where the, in the last episode we mentioned they changed some things in the cutscenes from the final game.
Yeah.
And this is where it kind of is the first major change that I noticed.
Yeah, and you pointed this out to me. I never would have noticed it.
Right, you go down these stairs and you get to this door, and you open the door, and you have a ladder in the background.
Yeah.
So either there was a ladder originally, and they made this cutscene before, and they just changed the level design immediately, or very late into development, or something.
Mm-hmm. Or it could have been reversed too. They could have had the steps, and then at the last minute they're like, let's put a ladder, and then they decided to revert back.
Yeah, maybe, but to make a pre-rendered cutscene like this, usually they would make a cutscene first, but... Oh yeah, people die in this game, a lot. Lots of blood. So as a result of that, we're probably going to put one of those like rated M for mature things at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, that, and also this is the first project that I actually got to do proper like motion tracking and stuff, and
he was excited about it.
It's only for these parts, and I had to censor these, and thankfully, these censorships are good enough for YouTube, so yeah. Sorry, if you guys wanted something else, you guys can either play the game or find some other cutscenes on some site other than YouTube, or if you're looking...
Or just look up porn.
That too.
Like,
don't do that if you're under 18. We can't legally say to do that, so don't do that if you're under 18. If you're over 18, go ahead, have fun. Just make sure to lock the door. So,
yeah.
you know...
We learned that one the hard way.
Eduardo would know. So he also, you know, closing the blinds on the windows, that, you know, that also would help. But you know, that's beside the point.
Well, I'm just saying.
So
Okay.
we're now getting a mission from Athena, who's now basically our guardian god, I guess. I don't know. And so we have to go to Athens to save her city from her brother and blah blah blah. So that is pretty much what we are doing this entire game, which we're just trying to redeem ourselves, and as the game progresses, you'll see what we did in order to need redemption in the first place. And honestly, I think this is all one of my favorite stories in games, because it's really... it's really interesting. So, oh, and by the way, I forget her name, and I probably should have looked this up before recording, and the narrator, who is also the narrator in 2, we find out is Gaia, the Titan, which I could probably look up now.
Not to be confused with Guy from Planet Earth. Or Captain Planet. Damn it.
Nice job. So, we basically, you know...
yeah.
Yeah, we have a...
Now it's going to be the awkward, like, last 2 minutes of this video.
I failed, like, 3 times trying to do this game, and so, like, I had to do it, like, 3 times. Yeah, pretty much. So, So basically, you know, the narrator is, if you guys have seen NCIS, I forget her name in NCIS as well, but the NCIS Los Angeles, the director of the office there is the person who does the narration here, and I can't remember her name for the life of me.
I can't help you either. I don't really watch that
I
show.
should have looked this up before we started, but hey, whatever. I wasn't expecting to point that out during the cutscene, but I think she's a really good narrator. For this game.
Meh.
Okay, fine, whatever. So, we're at the end of this episode, so we'll see you guys in the next time.
Maybe.
The next time in the next episode.
We might see you. One of these days we'll see you.
See ya.
We're doomed.